All right, welcome everyone to the reading for March energies and our shamanic journeying that we'll be doing today. Welcome. It's so nice to see everybody here. This is so much fun, and I love just connecting with all your energies. And before we dive into this reading today, because it's quite fascinating, I just want to let everybody know I did mention last month that I would most likely be doing using or working with the galactic cards, the galactic energy. But when I went to pull them, or I was, making the intention yesterday of sitting down and doing this reading, I actually got the fairy deck. My fairy cards from Lucy Cavendish popped into my head, and the Fae were like, "No, we have some messages for everybody." So that is what we're doing today. And actually, it's perfect because this month for March, there are so many portals for us. There is so many divine opportunities this month to step through really magical portals and manifest and create what we want to see in our own world and in the outside world. We are in the energy of Pisces, and it's all about dreaming and manifesting and creating from that beautiful, you know, out there place, galactic place, just really, really lovely. And of course, this month of March, we have the equinoxes, depending where you are, either the spring equinox or the fall equinox, which is a big portal in itself that we'll be walking through. Venus is in retrograde right now, and she is teaching us all about our self-worth, so much about divine feminine energy and receiving. And we also have a Mercury retrograde going to be happening. And then I know at the very end of this month, I think almost like the last day or 2 days, Neptune is moving out of one sign into another, which is quite big too and powerful. You all know that I'm not an astrologist, so I'm not going into that, but check it out if you are interested. And I'm sure there's so many other things that are happening this month, but it's a big month, a huge month of opportunity. So let us dive in. I think I've got everybody in. So yes, let me share screen and we'll go into this. And remember to, as I do the reading, know that it's a very general reading. It might not be specifically for you, and it may be specifically for you. So I would ask you to connect with the cards on your own and see what messages are specifically for you. And if things don't resonate or feel right for you, then it isn't right for you, and that's perfectly fine. All right, so let me go and start this exciting. Oops, sorry, I did that not quite right. Let me get, there we go. Okay, all right. Everybody can see that okay, the March energy readings. We're good. Just nod your head if we're good. We can see. Can you see it? All right. All right. So what I did with these cards for today is I didn't put the writing on the screen like I usually do. I just have the pictures. And that's because I really wanted you guys to connect with the pictures, with um, the energy of it and not getting distracted by other my words in that, but I will be speaking, I will be channeling the information, but you can just go ahead and really connect the pictures if you'd like. All right, so let's get into the first card. And again, we're doing the Fae deck of Lucy Cavendish, which is beautiful. And this is the beginning of March. So I just want you to take a moment to really take in the energy picture of what pops out at you, your feelings. Anything that is speaking to you in this card before I start diving into the energy of it, of what I pick up? So light the darkness. And as I go through these cards for this month, the cards will tell a story. So see if you can pick up how they shift and change with each one. It's quite interesting. Here we go. Becky is saying light entering the third eye. Yes, I got the third eye in this as well. All right, here I go. So light the darkness. This is the beginning of March. And what I really experienced with this, I love this card. I love the little fairy of light on top of this man's head. It's this other male fairy is just, it's quite humorous, quite playful, quite gentle. And I love the sparkles of light as well. Yes, there is definitely a feeling of inner work that needs to take place this beginning of March. And as we are in a retrograde for Venus and soon for March, I'm not exactly sure when, sorry, Mercury, I meant Mercury goes into retrograde as well. There is a pulling inwards, movement inwards where we do are giving being given an opportunity, an invitation to do some more inner work, inner child work, ancestral work, anything that needs healing, anything that needs to be shifted. And what really came to me with this card too was being the alchemist. You are an alchemist, and an alchemist is changing, heavy metals into gold. But energetically, we're all alchemists of the light. We are working and we came to a place to work within darkness, to be these alchemists that shift the darkness into light, into gold, into gems of wisdom. The our inner the work that we came to do in this life, and maybe we've been carrying over from past lives, has been these hidden gems of huge, just beautiful gems of wisdom that are being hidden in the darkness within ourselves and deep within the darkness and shadow parts of this world. And we are the light workers, we are the light bringers, we are the adventurers and explorers, we are the alchemists to dive into and to be courageous and brave and step into these places of unknown and darkness and take from the darkness our power back, um, a journey of understanding what our inner power is all about and to bring it into the light, as well as any other hidden deeper wisdoms and insights and um, just a deeper clarity into creating and manifesting in this world that allows us to expand and become so much more and to create so much more on this planet. So we have a great opportunity to be the alchemist again, to be that adventurer and explorer and dive into those darker places where we do have to be very conscious, aware of going into it with so much deep respect for ourselves and for the process and having a deep respect for the darkness to shift and bring it and see it change into something quite beautiful and wonderful and magical, which is what you're creating. And that's the biggest thing that I got from this card is be the alchemist this first couple of weeks or first week of March. The other thing, yes, that I picked up, and it's pretty literal here too, is a lot of it has to do with also our mental, our mind. Um, the little fairy bringing that lightness and brightness to our mental body, to our mental state, and having us break out. Even looking at this man, like this fairy's face, he is very, he, um, he is seems to be very intensely focused and almost a little rigid in the way he is and looks. And the fairy is sort of being like, it's okay to lighten up on your thoughts. It's okay to have some sense of humor here. To expand our consciousness, we need to break out and break free of seeing and thinking and doing things just one way and being so intense about it. And we are getting such an amazing lesson in this right now because the intensity and seriousness of what's going on outside in our external world is very concerning. But at the same time, it's like, is it? Maybe there's a different way of looking at this. Maybe it's all okay. Maybe there's a bigger, greater design that we don't see, that this is happening in divine order as it should be, that there is a divine order to the chaos. And that with ourselves, with our mental self, we need to sort of lighten up a little bit, bring some light and humor and open up a little bit. Don't be so heavy in the thoughts. And again, shifting from that, again, the alchemist, from that heaviness of energy or a heaviness of metal, moving to a lighter state of consciousness and brighter, that place of changing, something into gold, that sort of transformation. How does that look for you too? What is that about? Yes, unlocking yourself is another word. Unlocking ourself from the heaviness. That is a big thing. And I don't even think it's a heaviness so much to do with our thoughts too, but just unlocking ourselves from the heaviness of the energy in our external world. How do we shift and transmute that? How do we create something much lighter? Again, there's so many different layers to this. And for yourself personally, where you need to work with this, where you fit into this. But again, there's this unlocking from the heaviness. And again, all about transformation, transmuting, playing the alchemist. See where this fits in for you, where you need to focus on for yourself. The weight of life and burdens, allow yourself to be light, playful, joyful. So unlocking yourself, clearing, lightening up those heavy burdens of life, burdens within your own life, the external world, whatever it is, but bringing some magic, gentleness, softness, lightness to each. Yes, going into that darkness, but then what do you find in that darkness? How does it speak to you? What does it want to say to you? How do you transmute this? You guys know how to do this. You've been doing it for a while. All right, so this is the beginning of March. Now we're moving into our midpoint here. We're a little bit slightly lighter. We still have some darkness here, but slightly lighter. And I love this card. And yes, I'm going to give you a minute again to connect on your own to this before I jump in, because I get all excited. So just take a moment to connect. I love that, Linda, your message, energetic sovereignty. That's beautiful. All right, so going into glimpse here. This one, again, there is a little bit of darkness here, but at the same time, a little like definitely playfulness, which we get in the message here, indigo, rainbow, crystal children, and beyond. But this is so much about curiosity for me. This is about the Fae are almost giving you this understanding of it's okay to help you release those burdens and lightening up a little bit and expanding and opening yourself up a bit more and not being brought down by the heaviness and weight of what is going on in the external world or within your own personal world. It's become curious. Take that place of or perspective of, you know, why don't I look around and see what's really just happening? Maybe not just observing, not putting yourself into what is happening around you, but being curious and looking at things from a different angle, a different place. And just seeing, like, how are other people doing this? How are other people seeing this? And it's okay to have differences of opinion. It's okay to have different ways of approaching things. And maybe it would be interesting to observe and just see how other people or what's going on and seeing if it resonates with you or if it doesn't at all. And questioning yourself is like, is there a better way or a healthier way or a more of a balanced way for me to create and be and do something? Before I came on here, I got the message of tell them all to stand on their head and look at the world that way. Now, I don't know if anybody wants to do that, but I thought it was funny and interesting. But again, having the curiosity from a child, from your inner child, playfulness to make it a little bit lighter, the curiosity of maybe doing things a little bit differently, maybe seeing things a little bit differently to begin to lighten up the energy so can also become more aware and invite in different experiences and different opportunities that are coming to you in ways that you would never think of or never yourself create or manifest in. And this is a very playful, light energy of like, let's do things completely different. Let's turn everything upside down and see how this works. And this is very much personal. This is your own way, your own perspective, your own insights. So there is a also a hesitancy to this card of don't quite jump in yet, but let's just peek and look at the different realms out there. Let's see if we can see different realms, different portals, and let's just look in to see how they're doing it. So, not just in our external world, in the human world, but you can also venture into the animal world, the plant world, the Fae world, the other worlds, the galactic world, and see how they do things, what's going on there. And you're basically observing and gathering information because when you'll see in the next card, you're going to take this information to then create. Just going to check my notes. Yes, and there is a invitation for you to dare to see things differently. Do you dare to try things out differently? And another very clear message, which I love, was unstick yourself from what you stuck yourself into. I love these messages. This is very much fairy. So unstick yourself from those places that you stuck yourself into. Love it. So if there are places in your life where you feel stuck, they're like simply, well, unstuck yourself. Like get yourself, pull yourself out of that mire, pull yourself out of that bog, pull yourself out of that place that you stuck yourself. And by doing that is by looking at doing it in a completely different way. And again, you can look around yourself, look at, doesn't have to be other people, but different realms, different beings, and see, and again, it's just gathering information, lightening your own ways of perspective and seeing and not being, again, going back to the first card, being so intense and focused in just doing it one way. Because to manifest and create something so much better for ourselves and for this world, we've got to go way outside the box now. We can see so many things out there in our external world are just falling apart really fast now. And this is the time and place that us way showers and us light bearers and bringers, we're meant now to begin to start stepping in and creating and manifesting a new dream, a new dawn, a new way of doing things. And to do that, we need to clear out our own stuff. We need to shift. We need to reclaim our power, our wisdom, and go outside the box. And it begins with our own selves, our own world. So beautiful insight, beautiful advice here from the Fae. And as we go into the end part of March, I love this. And notice how each card gets so much lighter. Now we're into beautiful. The sun is out. There's so much lightness and more beauty, more color here, more vibrance and abundance. Take another minute to really sit and connect and focus into this card. I love your messages in the chat, you guys. Really, really nice insight. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Becky and Linda. Very nice. All right, so we have an invitation now. With all the work that you're doing this month, working with the goddess Venus as she's in retrograde to help you with your own divine feminine self, with Mercury going into retrograde, pulling you inwards even more to slow you down. The equinox, the equinox is a portal to step through into something new, to create and manifest something new in your world, to dream something new for this whole planet. Here is our invitation. And as we clear our own inner self and start to shift our own perspective, we're now being invited into something very magical. We're being invited to create and manifest with the Fae something so beautiful and grand on this planet, for your own life, for your own self. It's here for you. And this is an invitation to step through that portal, and that also knowing that you're not alone in this. You're not doing this by yourself. All of us here, so many other beings around this world, not all of them human, we're all doing this together. It might seem from news and craziness out there that there's not a lot of us. That is so not true. That's why they have to pump the news up so much and make it so big and negative, because it really is a very small group of people doing this. And again, that's their own fear and that's their own journey. They have to figure that out. And we're all here to help them. But that's okay. If- right now, not all of them want our help, but that's okay. There is so many more of us out there around the world who do are doing this work, who do are wanting help, and we are all connected. We are all one by our energy. And like I said, it's not all just humans. It's our plant kingdom, it's our animal kingdom, it's the other beings that we don't even know about. Some of them we do know about. There are other beings out that live on this planet that we don't know exists at all because it hasn't been a safe place for them to present themselves to us. And that's okay. But hopefully, as we create and manifest something new, we have been that alchemist and shifted the darkness into the light, and we have expanded our consciousness and we have received, that great deeper inner wisdom, and we have, done that work. We can now create a very safe world, whether it's our own small world or maybe it's a little bit bigger and extends a little bit further into the external world. But all of us doing this is shifting the planet in a big way and allowing other beings to step forward. And this is just a beautiful card of comfort and beauty and wholeness, very, very feminine too. The divine feminine is all in this. Wait till you see the last card. It's just beautiful. So it's really asking you, are you ready to work with somebody? Are you ready to create? And how are you ready to create? And maybe you don't need to see or know the whole plan, but just those steps or a first step will help you. So this is entering a world where that you can create and be in a world that you have created. It's about more clarity. You're going to have more insight. You're going to be able to see. There will be a clearing and opening up and more light shining in your world. So whereas the first card and even the second card was a little bit darker, it was a little bit harder to see. It was more about going inwards. This one is more of clarity and brightness and insight and clearer understanding and seeing. And I'm getting a strong knowing as well. So you will start to really feel this and understand this at the end of the month. Really starting to ground your creations as well. There will be more of a growth, a renewal, a rebirth, and more movement, more things happening in a lighter, positive way. That lightness, I really feel that lightness. That's a big one, a big message for this reading for March. This lightness within our thoughts, this lightness more in movement, our lightness more in creating. So you guys have really worked on clearing out that heavier energies, um, clearing out those burdens, and it created more of a lightness. And then this part carries into our next card is understanding the beauty of self and therefore more beauty for Mother Earth. So this is a deep one. Um, and I think as I'm saying this, sorry, there's still more people coming in here. As I say this too, I'm receiving this now, this message is part of the reason why humanity has pushed and resisted Mother Earth is that we fear our own beauty. We fear beauty. And that actually really makes sense to me because at when we look at the movie stars and magazines and social media and what they put out and pump out there about beauty and especially the female body, um, they've really warped us. They've really twisted us and um, you know, just it's not beauty anymore. It's this artificial representation of beauty. It's not beauty. It's not natural. And it's not like we do surgical corrections to Mother Earth. What she is, and she is beautiful, just as the female body, just as the male body. We are perfect in how we were born. And um, there is a fear and a block there to do with beauty. And the Fae are asking you to start to connect with your own beauty and not just like our physical body, but yes, definitely that too, but beauty in all aspects of ourselves and seeing that also in Mother Earth and connecting our beauty with Mother Earth's beauty and there's a need of understanding to do with beauty, and that goes in with our last card too. This is just something really coming up strongly. I didn't get this yesterday when I was connecting and sitting here. So very interesting and important here. So our last card that I have is the overall energy for this month, and it's beautiful and perfect. And again, notice the story from the beginning of this month with each card as we come full circle. I love it. So once more, take a moment to connect and see what you receive from this energy. The first thing I got from this card was the discovery of the divine feminine in her glory. And again, beauty's truth. So, yes, from what I was just saying from the last card, really ties into this card about beauty's truth. There is a beauty to our darkness, to our shadow self. It is not to be repressed, rejected, unloved. It is a part of ourself. And that part of ourself it's so funny because sitting on she's lying on top of a mushroom very quickly. So a couple of years ago, I sat in sacred ceremony with a mushroom with psilocybin. I did the golden goddess mushroom, which is which has to do, am I saying, sorry, I have a lot of stories when it comes to this. Which story am I telling you now? Yes, it, um, yes, I sat with the golden goddess and it was a beautiful journey. It was a very light, magical mushroom to take. When I took it, I felt like I was in Alice in Wonderland. And my inner child was just so excited. She was like, this is just, we're in a magical world, and all the colors were so bright. I was outside in somebody's backyard, and all the colors were just so vivid and bright. And I just let my inner child out. It was really, the experience was for my inner child. It was a beautiful healing for my inner child, for her just to be, and to spread her wings. But this is what this reminds me of, is that magical place of seeing the beauty in our world, but also seeing the beauty in ourselves, and bringing that magic out. And yes, I realized that wasn't the story I was going to tell you. I actually did, the year before that one, I did another goddess. I took another goddess mushroom, sitting in sacred ceremony, and it was Amazonia, and it was a more of a dark, working with the darker side of the goddess. And my shadow side came up very strongly during this ceremony, and she spoke to me, and she called herself the Dark Queen. And she's like, you never talk to me, you never like work with me, you never, well, I do work with her, but she was like, you never just talk to me, and you never just be with me. And I had to apologize to her, because I was like, she's not evil. She's not bad. She is a part of me. She is very strong and wise. She came up very wise, lots of wisdom, but she is another part of me that, you know, I need to embrace and bring in and see her beauty. So when you are doing, if you do feel called this month to sit and work through any heavy energy, any shadow self, um, going into the darkness, know that there is a beauty to it, that it is glorious in its own way. And that's part of respecting it too. Because sometimes I think when we do this work, and this is just coming from my own opinion, you can agree or disagree with me, that's fine. But sometimes we see that in itself, working with that aspect of ourselves, as a burden, and that it's not good, or we have to change or fix it. And it's not so much about changing or fixing it, it's about receiving that hidden wisdom and knowledge that is there for us, and coming into a place of deep respect for it, and seeing that beauty of it as well, to bring it into the light, to shine it in the light. And this card is very feminine, it's very sensual, it's very beautiful. And I love the butterfly too, because as we move through the energies of this month, you are transforming. And what I would say to you is, how are you transforming? How do you want to transform? What do you think? Or maybe you just want to be in a place of, let me see how I will transform. I'm not going to have any idea or opinion or control over this process. I'm just going to embrace the magic of this process and see where I end up, and see where I want to be. And it could end up being in a place that you had no idea. And your whole plans of what you thought you were going to create and do have completely gone a different way, and had no clue or idea. So it can be very, very exciting, and embracing that beauty of that process, and really seeing other aspects of yourself that are beautiful and perfect, and relating them to Mother Earth, relating, your mental body, what images or what feelings do you get from your mental body? Is it like, do you want it to be like a bird or a butterfly, where it's light, and it goes up into an expansive sky and can see things, details at the bottom, that you soar, um Is your mental state, mental body like water, where it flows like a beautiful river, or it's large like an ocean? Start to connect with nature, with your emotional self, with your physical self, with your spiritual, your mental self, the ways that you see things, that you perform and do and create things, but really connecting with life's beauty, your own beauty, Mother Nature, and seeing how you are part of Mother Nature, that your physical body, your bones are the bones of Mother Earth. What does that look like or feel to you? Or do you have a knowing on it? Is there a melody to it? Um, are how you move and work, do you move and work to a certain harmony, a drum beat? Play with this. This is how we connect and open ourselves up to the magic of creating and expanding. It's so much more. Our physical bodies embody so much wisdom and embody so much power, and our energy expands and flows outwards, changing the world, supporting others, helping others, our vibration to this. We are so much more. We are so much. We are just a lot. So this is very beautiful. So we have a lot of flowing and moving from a place of going deep into our shadow self, going deep into a place of darkness, and flowing and bringing it into the light, and seeing it, how it transforms, and how it plays and works, and allowing yourself to do this. I'm just going to check my notes. If there's anything else I missed? Yeah, I actually got all of that in, and I don't remember all my notes here, so this is good. I got it. So, yes, this is our reading for March. It's big energies this month. There is a lot that you can dream and create and work from. You just need to have a lightness, playfulness, a curiosity, an openness, and maybe some work to do. And again, each of you will know where you need to do that, and listen to your own inner wisdom, inner intelligence. It's all there for you. And the Fae and other beings are really supporting us right now. And so don't forget that you're not alone in this work. You've got a lot of support, a lot of help. So we are now going to go into our shamanic journeying. I'm just going to quickly check chats again. Nice, Becky. Yes, it is comforting. Thank you for sharing. Finding beauty in our humanness. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so let us go. I'm going to bring up our invitation. So this can be our visual for the shamanic journeying, or of course you can close your eyes and go inwards. So I'm going to just give you a moment to find a comfortable space where you can do this journeying in whatever way you feel the most you need to be in. You can turn off your video if you want to. If you feel like you need to burn some incense, light a candle, play your own music, please do so. You can stand, be seated, or lying down. And as you move into a comfortable place, whether you're gently looking at the card, the visual, or you're closing your eyes, Take your awareness to your breath, breathing nice and deeply into the abdomen. Allowing yourself to move deeper and deeper within. With each inhale, feel your body, your mental and emotional bodies, your spiritual self expanding and opening up. And as you exhale out, feel yourself just dropping, releasing, and letting go. And as your awareness moves deeper and deeper within yourself, allow your awareness to move into your heart space. And within your heart, see a beautiful door opening up. And as you step through that doorway, you find yourself in front of a beautiful, massive oak tree. Notice its large body. Notice its bark, its roughness. Notice its branches, its leaves, how it stretches way up, extending outwards and upwards. Just breathe in deeply the fresh air. Notice what you're wearing. Notice if your feet are bare or if you're wearing shoes. And now you notice a little face peeking out around your oak tree. This is your fairy guide looking out at you, taking you in. Just as you look back at your fairy guide, they step forward and you take a moment to introduce yourselves to each other. Your Fae guide is going to take you into a special place. And in this journey, your Fae guide will protect you, work with you, play with you, and be able to answer your questions, maybe give you some insight and wisdom. Thank your Fae guide for being with you for this journeying that you're about to step into. Your Fae guide goes over to this big oak tree and she knocks on it. And your beautiful oak tree begins to break open. And as you move towards her or him, you see a beautiful world, another place. She takes your hand and you step into this world with confidence and excitement. Now I'm going to give you time to explore because this is the world that you want to create. This is the place, and it can be anything within your own world for Mother Earth, what you want to see, what you want to create, what you hope is created. But this is going to be a special place with you and your Fae guide that you're going to begin to manifest and create together. So I'm going to leave you now to explore, to create, to play. And if you're unsure, don't worry. Just take the path, the journey. Sometimes just stepping through that portal, that doorway is enough. And just being and feeling. Maybe you're not ready to take that step. Maybe you just want to stay where you're at right now. It's all good. But whatever you want to do, this is the time to take and do what you feel you need to do in this moment. I'm going to leave you now to allow you to do this. And remember, you can speak and ask for help and guidance from your Fae guide. Now, I want you to ask your Fae guide if there is anything that may be blocking you from manifesting what you want to create in your life right now. Maybe there's something that you need to heal. Maybe you need to change your perspective. Or maybe it's simply that you are creating what you are wanting to create, but it's just about divine timing. Whatever it could be, ask if there is anything that's holding you back, if there's anything that you need or can do to support what you'd like to manifest and create. It is time to come back. If you have traveled far from where you started at the oak tree, begin to make your way back and know that all of you can return to this place, can return to this beautiful oak tree to work with the Fae and anything you want to create and manifest in your life, in your world, and also receive any insights, any clarity that can help you support what you'd like to create. And as you come and stand before your oak tree once more, you see the portal closing. Take a moment to thank this beautiful oak tree. Thank your Fae guide for working, supporting, and helping you today. Slowly bring your awareness back into your heart and take a moment to process what you've learned, what you may have created today, what you may have discovered. Slowly bring your awareness back to your breath, breathing nice and deeply into yourself. Begin to notice the sounds around you. Begin to wake your physical body up. You could wiggle your fingers and toes. And in your own time, you can flutter your eyelids open. Take a moment or two to stretch out, have some water. You may want to write down, journal what you learned today. And if you feel like you needed more time in this journeying, take some time today or in the next few days to go back. I did make it a little bit shorter because just of our timing, but you can definitely journey on your own with this. Do what you need to do for yourself for this month. I hope you all enjoyed this today. The March energies are very powerful, very big, very exciting. I hope this has helped and supported you, the reading as well as the journeying. I thank all of you for being here live. Thank you so much. This was love the energy, and I want to thank everybody who will see this in the recording. We definitely felt your energy as well. And once more, I really hope this has helped everybody. I hope this feels that it has given you some insight and wisdom for this month and where we're going. If anybody else would like to share, you can go ahead in the chat. Just quickly look. Karen. Oh, you're so welcome, Karen. Karen says, wonderful journey. And Jason, my Fae guy, is terrific. Thanks to you and your community. Beautiful. Becky, this was wonderful. Amanda, thank you for sharing your gifts. Oh, you're so welcome, Becky. I'm glad you were here and you enjoyed it. Darcy, that was a fun and enlightening trip. Yes, to visit the Fae. I have been reading a novel about fairies this week. Perfect. That's what it was about. March is my birthday month. Oh, happy birthday, Darcy. Have a beautiful birthday. Thank you so much. Judy, hi, Judy. Thank you. You're welcome. Yes, thank you for all being here and sharing and enjoying. It's just always beautiful to come together and do this type of work. We have to, this is where we feel connected and know that you're not by yourself doing all of this work and what we are going through, we are going through it together. It's all good. All good. Good, good, good. I will see you guys all later. Um, oh, as you guys are going, I just want to let you know very quickly, you're going to know whether you hear this now or later, but beginning of April, when I do the April energies, I will also have a very special announcement. I have something quite big for you. That I am working really hard on, especially this month, the last couple of months. I've been working very, very hard on a special project that will be ready mid-April, and I will announce the beginning of April for all of you. So definitely tune in and wait for that. It will just definitely be in my newsletters, but I'm very excited about it. So I'm giving you a little like, you know, letting you know right now that there is something big coming because, this is my inner child. She's like, tell them everything now. And it's like, no, have to have to be patient. But yes, I think you guys will love it. It is looking amazing. And yes, so yeah, hold on. April's going to be great too. So have a great month, everybody. Thank you again for joining me. Have a beautiful month. So much love and light. Thank you.